Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the podcast. I'm Alex, and I'm here with
Lily. Hi, guys. We're super excited to talk to you today about something a lot of you have been asking us about. If you're preparing for the IELTS, you're probably curious about the speaking test, right?
Yeah, exactly. So today, we're diving into part 1 of the IELTS speaking test. It's the first part of the test, and, honestly, it's not as scary as it sounds. You're basically just chatting with the examiner about simple topics.
Totally. I mean, it's just you talking about yourself. You know, things like your hobbies, where you live, your daily routine, stuff like that. It's pretty relaxed. But, there's definitely a way to do it so you sound natural, right?
You don't want to sound like you're reading from a textbook or giving a really stiff answer. It's more about being comfortable and talking like you're having a casual conversation. The examiner wants to see how well you can speak English, not how well you can memorize answers.
Right, so in part 1, you're going to answer some pretty basic questions about yourself. It's all about familiar topics. So, let's start by giving you a sense of the kind of questions you might face.
All right, let's do it. First up, you could get asked something like, "Where do you live?" That's a classic starter question. How would you answer that, Lily?
Oh, that's easy. I'd say something like, I live in a small town near the coast. It's called Seaside, and it's, like, super chill. There's a beach, and I love to go for walks there whenever I get the chance. It's relaxed, right? I'm just telling them about my life.
Yeah, that sounds natural. But, here's the thing. Don't just stop at "I live in Seaside." Try to explain a little more, right? You could add something like, "It's a really peaceful town, and I think it's perfect for people who enjoy nature and the outdoors." You're giving a bit more detail without overthinking it.
Totally. And the examiner might follow up with a question like, what do you like about your town? That's an easy one too.
Exactly. And that brings me to another point, being specific. So, like, if they ask you, "What do you do in your free time?" Don't just say, "I watch TV." Anyone can say that, right? Try to give a little more about what kind of TV you watch, or why you like it.
Ooh, I like that answer. You're giving a personal touch, and you're not just talking about the place, you're explaining why it's special to you. That's something the examiner will appreciate. Oh, for sure.
Exactly. It makes your answer sound a lot more engaging. And also, it gives the examiner more chances to ask follow-up questions. So, if they're interested in the documentaries you watch, they might ask, "What's the most interesting documentary you've seen recently?"
So, if I were answering that, I'd say something like, I love watching documentaries, especially nature documentaries. I find them so fascinating because I can learn about different parts of the world and the animals in those places. That sounds more interesting than just saying, I watch TV.
Nice. You're not just giving an answer, you're telling a little story. And that's, like, super engaging. It helps you sound more fluent too, 'cause you're explaining your thoughts and adding detail.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where you can talk about something specific, like, I watched one about the Amazon rainforest, and it was really eye-opening. It showed how crucial that ecosystem is to the world's climate. Honestly, I didn't realize how much we rely on it until I saw that.
Yeah, exactly. And, here's the thing. You want to keep the conversation going. So, if they ask you, "Do you like cooking?" and you're like, "Yeah, I like it," that's fine. But you could add something like, "I like cooking because of the creative process for me. I enjoy experimenting with new recipes, especially desserts. My favorite thing to make is chocolate cake. It's always a hit when I bring it to family gatherings."
Exactly. And that's the key to part 1. Keep it natural, keep it flowing. Don't think of it as an interrogation. It's more like a chat with a friend. They just want to know about you.
Ooh, chocolate cake, huh? Sounds like you've got some skills. But I get what you mean. You want to keep the conversation flowing. Don't just answer in one sentence. Try to give more so the examiner can ask, like, a follow-up question. Right. And even though it's just a conversation, you still want to be aware of a few things. Like, Try to avoid yes or no answers. If they ask you, do you like sports? Don't just say yes. Say something like, I enjoy sports, especially basketball. I've been playing it since I was a kid, and I like it because it's both a team sport and a great way to stay active.
Yeah, exactly. And, if you don't like sports, you can just be honest. You could say something like, I'm not really into sports, but I enjoy watching them occasionally, especially when there's a big game on TV with friends. You don't have to force an answer.
Right. No need to make things up. Just be honest and give enough detail so the examiner can see your range of language. And if they ask you, what's your favorite food, don't just say, pizza. Try to describe it a little more. Like, I love pizza, especially thin crust with lots of vegetables. I think it's a perfect comfort food because it's both satisfying and not too heavy. Nice one. You're getting into the details, and that's what makes your answer sound real and interesting. Honestly, part 1 isn't about giving perfect answers. It's about showing how well you can communicate. Exactly. And, one more thing. Don't worry if you need a moment to think. It's okay to pause and gather your thoughts. You can say something like, that's a good question. Let me think for a second. It's normal. Just don't leave them hanging too long.
Haha, true. You don't want to just sit there in complete silence. But yeah, a little pause is totally fine. It actually shows that you're thinking carefully about your answer.
Totally. So, I guess the big takeaway here is to relax, be yourself, and talk about things you know. And don't forget, being specific and explaining why you like something really helps you stand out.
Exactly. And remember, it's just a conversation. The examiner isn't looking for perfect answers. They just want to see how well you can communicate. So, don't stress too much.
Yeah, just have fun with it. Well, we hope this helps you feel a little more confident about part 1 of the IELTS speaking test.
We're sure you'll do great. Thanks for listening, and good luck on your exam. We'll catch you in the next episode.